Ricky Rose now. This the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This shit gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
So today we're going to talk about the epitome of the game once again. In today's episode, it seems like Big Meech just allowed a correction officer to welcome him home. And he got the internet in an uproar today because ultimately they saying that Big Meech betrayed 50 Cent, his loyalty to 50 Cent, his loyalty to his son by linking up with 50 Cent's biggest op, one of his biggest ops, right? We know 50 Cent got many ops out there, right? But one of his biggest being correctional officer Ricky Ross.
February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose now. This the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This shit gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
And we all know, right? We know that Rick Ross then went and graduated college on a football scholarship. You know, was a correction officer at one time. He was the one that used to do mail call. He used to have to bend motherfuckers over, look up their asshole and all that shit, lock motherfuckers down. And ultimately, you know, some people be like, okay, well, he was working with the Zoes and he was doing this. But we all know that ain't what it was. We know Officer Rick Ross turned into a persona, became Rick Ross. Ironically, the man stole another man's name that was really the drug kingpin, Rick Ross, who's also out now and has been fighting legal battles and all kinds of shit for him to get his name and his recognition back, right? But here's Rick Ross as the world knows at large, right? Officer Rick Ross. And basically, he has made Big Meech a judge at one of his car shows. And we know Rick Ross puts on some of the biggest car shows and he made Big Meech. But last night, and today I make this video, today is Thursday, so it would have been Wednesday night. Wednesday night, they dropped this promotional video that got the internet in an uproar. And when I seen this shit today, when it first came across my feed, because I don't follow Big Meech, but it came across my shit as like, you know, suggested for you type of things. And I see it, and immediately I'm looking at it, not just because it's Big Meech and Rick Ross, but you know, like it just caught me, right? And as I'm watching it, something just did not sit right to me about the video. Like it ain't the ethical part about Rick Ross, like not, you know, I mean, Big Meech not keeping his loyalty, like that didn't click right away. It was the way that Big Meech was in the video. He seemed weird and suspect to me though, like the way he was leaning up on Rick Ross and his body movements and shit like that. And, you know, I'm not trying to be biased, you know, on this channel right here, I try to always keep it 100 and be logical and reasonable and be, you know what I mean, fair to the best of my abilities. Because Big Meech just seems suspect to me in this video, and I'm looking at it and I'm trying to figure out what it is. And then I realize, right, and then I go to the comments immediately. I'm in them comments. I gotta see what is the world saying to this shit. And of course they flaming him though, right? They got heat to this motherfucker's ass right here, but you know, so you see in the comments immediately, where's 50 Cent? No loyalty. And dude said, imagine a man take your son, pay for his acting classes, make him a star, make him the head of an entire show for his first popular acting role, and known to the whole culture overseas as an op. And the dude is a former CO, and when you come back down from the pen, damn, you'll see people cheering this on. I guarantee his own son deep down, like, why are you messing up the bag? Let me find out Meech trying to knock down Sexy Red. Look, they got the 50 Cent. They put the GIFs up in there. Look at, you know, they trolling like no other. The internet going internet, right? No Jeezy. No Jeezy. What happened to BMF Jeezy? I wonder. They said, who cut his mustache like that? That's wild. 50 Cent punching the air right now. He heating up, y'all. He talking now. He said he back. Yeah, he back. You know, it's crazy how many people can recognize this shit though, right? That, you know, there's a fake and there's a real, right? We would deem Big Meech one of the realest, right? In the culture, he's legendary, right? We know Big Meech, one of the biggest drug dealers, went to prison, got out. The culture would deem Big Meech a legend, right? For what he's done and who he was. And, there's many ways to look at that, right? We could look at it and say that, he inspired his people to do better with just a little bit that they had. Or you could look at the contrast to that and say that, he was a drug dealer, right? He was in prison, you know what I mean? He didn't go by the law. He didn't do what a working man did. Blase. That ain't this video. But the culture, period, point blank, the game would look at him as a kingpin, right? Rick Ross, on the other hand, we all know he made his persona, though, right? He is a persona-driven person. He's used his image and his persona, his character, so to say, right, to be richer than any of and all of us, though, right? None of us could imagine what it's like to be as rich as this guy, but he's in debt somewhere else. Rick Ross done sold his soul for a jelly roll a long time ago, like Snoop Doggy Dogg did with his motherfucking soul. You feel me? So the ethical debate here is, though, and this is what the internet and everybody 100% feel like, is that Big Meech betrayed 50 Cent after 50 Cent took in his son. And we watched his son grow up, right? We watched Lil Meech morph into who he is from Power, the whole nine. But we seen Big Meech link with 50 when he first got out. You would think there was some kind of kindredship or friendship there. But Big Meech obviously thinks, this is a business move and this is a smart move to do. He's not looking at it probably from the angle is, you took care of my son like a dad. Big Meech might even feel some kind of way towards 50 and he's not even being 100 with how he really feel. He just feel that on the inside. So here go Big Meech, right? Does he owe 50 Cent? The majority would say, hell yeah, he took care of your son. He put your son on. He got your son in a good place, but that's his son. That's not him. Big Meech just did all that time, sat in that jail cell, motherfucking was stranded. You know what I mean? He been waiting to get back on top somehow. He want that high and that thrill of being that motherfucker. And I mean, it ain't like he ain't never lost it, but I mean, like maybe monetary wise he has. I don't know what kind of connections he had or how much he left behind. I don't know none of that, but I'm assuming that ultimately Big Meech is doing this as a business move. And business usually doesn't care about the personal ethical way about it, right? Motherfucker could do whatever in business because business don't have, it's all about the dollar, right? The almighty dollar is, if you got to step on 1 million motherfuckers, but you're going to get $1 million, you're going to stomp down, right? I don't agree with that shit. Big Meech, I'm sure he looking at this as a power move, right? Chess, not checkers. He looking at it, he playing a business move, but ethically, yeah, you did some, I don't know how motherfuckers still going to be looking at Big Meech the same. And I don't mean to throw this in the video right here, but like, I don't know, I didn't keep up with the rat shit for a long time. I couldn't tell. There was so much going back and forth with Blue Da Vinci and all that shit. Let me know in the comments, was Big Meech, was he really a snitch? Did he really get in? I don't know, what was that shit really? Did he use a third party? Because if he did, this is the epitome of the game, right? Because anybody that know the game know that snitching is part of the game. It's going to happen. It does happen. And motherfuckers in the feds, majority of them motherfuckers been happened, right? So snitching, there is no, in the game of that we all play, thinking that the streets and shit like that, right? We think that we really going to advance, but this shows you, this is the epitome of it. There is no, I heard the other day a motherfucker say that the streets is a myth. And I've always agreed with the idea that street is a myth, right? But the streets aren't a myth, though. The streets is real as fuck. The street code, on the other hand, that's the myth right there. The street code, there ain't no street code. The street code really is anything goes. It's like a head up fight in a jail cell, you know what I mean? Anything goes. We ain't just gonna be throwing it from the shoulders. I'm gonna use my knees. I'm gonna get you on that ground. I'm gonna try to hit your head against the concrete. I'm gonna do all that shit. So the street code, yeah, the streets ain't a myth. Streets is really fucked, but that street code is a myth. And this Big Meech shit right here, this shows you right here, if he living by a street code, he should have never did that shit. You using did it to your, just off general principle for what he done did to your son. Period, point blank. Motherfucker could debate that all day you want, but we all know ethical. We know that shit foul. But the video, y'all tell me, did he seem a little bit off to y'all, or is that just me that just seen that shit and felt that shit? Because it's weird as fuck. But ultimately, I just want to make this little video, make a little food for thought, because here goes what the streets would call a legend, right? We would deem Big Meech a legend. He's a kingpin, top of the line. But this is who we idolize, though, right? This is who we. But here he go working with another motherfucking character in the industry. But this is a character, though, right? We know it. Big Meech might be a character for all we know. Shit, Hollywood, as we see on the internet, right? We see the whack 100s, Loose Cannon, Compton, Rick Rocks. We see all this shit right here. These motherfuckers, they like real, it's like 50-50 blended in, you know what I mean? And they use it as best as they can on this internet right here to get paid. Anything for $1. That's Hollywood at the core right there. Don't get too much more Hollywood than that. But there's a few motherfuckers out there that stand for something, that can still got backbones, still really stand on principle. They somewhere out there. I still got faith in humanity somewhere. But y'all let me know what y'all think down there. And if y'all made it this far in the video, man, smash your boy with a like if you would be so kind. I greatly appreciate y'all, and y'all know how it goes. I'm at y'all till the next round.
I noticed something. It don't sit well with me, man. I noticed it's niggas out here. A lot of y'all niggas out here with no felonies. Don't be on shit. Couch potatoes. Uber drivers. Uber Eats doing ass niggas. Man, you don't have a felony, man. Get out here and go get your shit together. Go get a good ass job. Go start a business. Just do everything you could do, bro. Because this niggas like me with 2 felonies, we chasing it. We gotta check a bag every fucking day. Ain't nothing we can't afford to sit around. We can't. So for y'all niggas with no felonies just sitting around, man, get your bitch ass up.